Revelation 11 speaks about the two witnesses who will preach and prophesy on the earth during the time of the tribulation. Now, many believe these two witnesses to be Enoch and Elijah. Some believe that it's Moses and Elijah. And we know that this will happen somewhere mid-tribulation. And according to the Bible, they will have the power to shoot down anyone with fire that comes from their mouth. They will have the ability and the power to shut up the heavens, meaning no rain. And they will even be able to turn water into blood. In other words, the plagues of Egypt, the plagues spoken of in the book of Exodus, will revisit the earth during the time of the Great Tribulation by the hand of the two witnesses, empowered by the God of heaven. Now, there is a small detail that's often overlooked in Revelation 11, but it speaks volumes to the life of the believer, to the everyday life of the believer, and it's a good reminder. And it is this. So the two witnesses will prophesy on the earth for 3.5 years, 1260 days, after which time the beast coming out of the abyss will kill them. In layman's terms, I'll just put it to you this way. The devil will give the power to the Antichrist, who is basically the demonic Messiah. He will give him power to be able to kill these two witnesses, and they will lay in the streets of the holy city for 3.5 days, after which time the breath of God will quicken them to life again. They will resurrect for the whole world to see. Now, why does this happen? We know in the life of the believer, and even in these two witnesses, that nothing happens in the life of the believer without it passing through the threshold of God. Meaning that if something bad happens, it is not because God has done it, but he has allowed it. And the only reason he allows the enemy to do things is because he intends to use it for his glory and our good. Because nothing is wasted in the kingdom. Because if you are his, he will work all things out for your good because you belong to him. So even in the life of these two witnesses, we see that yes, the Lord does allow them to be killed at the hand of the Antichrist. But then after 3.5 days, they arise, they resurrect in front of everyone. And they are taken up into the heaven. There's a heavenly voice that calls them and says, come up. And they ascend into the heavens, clothed in a cloud. Now that's the whole thing. Clothed in a cloud. Why is that important? You see, clouds in the Bible often signify the glory of the Lord, the Shekinah glory of the Lord, that manifests the tangible glory of the Lord. They were clothed in the glory of the Lord as they resurrected from a bad situation. And that is where the lesson comes for everyday life. You might be in a hard situation today, but if you belong to Jesus, believe me, it will turn around because you belong to him. Nothing is wasted in the kingdom, so hold on. You might be bearing the shame of bankruptcy. You might be in a shameful situation in that you want to get married and you can't find somebody. You want to give birth to a child and you can't conceive. Different things might be going on with you that make you feel a sense of defeat. But believe me, the same God that raised Christ from the dead, the same God that will quicken life to come back into the body of these two witnesses, that same God is able to do it for you. And he will do it even in the presence of your enemies. You will be caught up in the glory cloud. The Shekinah glory of the Lord will take you over and bring you to victory. It's happened before and it will happen again because he is a good God. So hold on to the Lord and watch his resurrection power bless you even in the presence of your enemies. In Jesus' name.